Hey, everybody, and welcome to the Red Team Village closeout for DEFCON 28, Safe Mode. Thanks, everybody, for attending the Village. We had a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to hit some of the highlights and then pass it on to the rest of the team members here to cover the other villages and items that have been going on in the Village. So, sorry, I had a double feed there. The Red Team Village really pulled together. It's an awesome team that we have here working for you. We had a lot of great volunteers. Omar, Chris, Ron, Ascari, Savannah, the other Omar, Panda, Wesley, Barrett, Ron, Chris. I think I named everybody I
Danielle.
possibly. Danielle and Ascari. Yeah, sorry. So this is our core team. We can't do this without you guys. So thank you very much. So our job was to educate, engage, entertain, and help attendees learn from what a red team is, what they do, what our tools and trade are. And I think we accomplished that by the 8,000 or so people that came through our village over these last 4 days. I'd like to thank our sponsors, Talos, Devo, Hack the Box, eLearn Security, and ThreatSim. I am not going to cover the ones that sponsored the CTF because that looks like a NASCAR logo, basically. So I'm going to hand it over now to Ron to talk about the training, and then after that will be Chris. They'll talk about the hands-on learning stations.
Yeah, really quick, I just want to say, first of all, thank you so much to the trainers. Without you guys pitching in and putting in all the extra work to create the recordings, or we had some that were live, we wouldn't have been able to pull this off. And just to give you an idea, we from YouTube, which we were streaming to for the trainings, we had over 9,000 viewers for the training. So that's over 9,000 students who we were able to train over the past few days. So again, thank you so much to the trainers, and obviously thank you to the whole staff that helped put this together, and look forward to next year.
Yeah, and that was 36 hours of trainings that we provided for free. Most of them were 2-hour, and a few of them were 4-hour. And a lot of the attendees really embraced the training. We're going to keep the village open on our server for people that are interested in continuing to educate themselves on those trainings. So feel free to pop in. So Chris, why don't you talk about the learning stations?
Yeah. So the stations, I think, were a tremendous success this year with the Red Team. And man, I appreciate everybody, all your volunteers that came and you hung out in the Discord channels to help people. And we must have had, who knows how many hundreds or maybe even thousands of people that have tried the stations out. We had 5 stations, everything from introduction to red teaming, web apps, exploit development. The exploit development was actually really hard, and we had some people get through that. And we even had a little bit of contest on some of them where they can get some prizes, and a lot of them did that. Adversarial simulations where people were going up and they were using Splunk. I really appreciate everything that all of the everybody who created these classes. They deserve a real round of applause, and I really appreciate everything that they've done. I mean, like for instance, on the exploit development one, we even had a guy that had automated everything, so you actually got a station that was in AWS. You sent a message to a bot and you got yourself a way in, and you're able to use the station, and it was just great. And along with that, we had the Twitch TV videos. Thank you for all the people there that streamed those videos out and did that live, and in that way everybody had walkthroughs on the videos. So I mean, I think everything went really smoothly. I don't think we could have done anything any better.
Thank you very much, Chris. Yeah, those 5 stations were heavily attended, and I think the attendees, all the feedback I got from the stations was awesome. Everybody loved it. So Ascari, you want to talk a little bit about your experience and volunteers and keeping things quiet for everybody?
Yeah, no, we had a great team of volunteers who helped. We got we had plenty of people for all the different stations and wherever that they needed to be. And we had most of the attendees were very well behaved, made mine and Danielle's job a lot easier because we didn't have to be chasing down people. So thank you to those.
Thank you, Ascari. Danielle, do you want to add to that?
Sure. Yeah. I had a blast engaging with everybody this weekend. I'll echo what Ascari said. Everyone kept it clean. We helped each other. We grew. We learned. I also had a lot of fun hanging out in the Station 2 channels, helping people with all the challenges that were developed as part of the web exploit station. Thank you to everybody that stopped by, and I can't wait to see you again next year.
Thank you very much. And Savannah, I'm calling on you. Savannah has also taught one of the learning stations, number 2, the Websploit, which was awesome. But she also is the artist behind the new logo for the Red Team Village, and I want to thank you so much for all of the time you put into that. We can't hear you.
And Savannah is muted.
You're muted.
Sorry, I was muted. I just want to say it's kind of a similar thing what Danielle said. Thank you, for coming by the web app station. Danielle, we wouldn't have been able to do it without you, and then Omar as well for kind of putting all the infrastructure behind it together. It was a blast, and I can't wait to see everyone next year at DEFCON, hopefully in person.
Thank you. And Pandamar, the other Omar.
Yeah, it's one of those rare occasions where you have multiple Omars in one stream. Hey there, everybody. So this is Propaganda Panda here. You might know me from the guy telling you to read the manuals as well as read the facts and check out the rules. And I really want to thank every single volunteer that helped us out this weekend, because this show would not have happened, and everything that we've done, everything the organizers have put together, we have a really great group of people for our volunteers. So thank every single one of you for being there. And please, I tried my best to be there as much as I could, but I had a baby denial service on me at all times. So I just want baby Jade over here to say hello to everybody for her very first Red Team Village and her very first DEFCON, just like her daddy. This is his very first DEFCON. So thank you all for having me here.
Baby Jade.
And thank you all for being a part of this. This has been a great experience.
Thank you, Omar. Before I go to the other Omar, I'm going to mention that for the first time at DEFCON, we brought an event, an e-sport event to DEFCON. It was called, it was by Cyber Warrior Network. It was called Cyber Wraith. The first 3 people that won in that were the Guild Hall, Manaware, and Rugga 26 or something like that. They first place in that will receive a backpack with some Hack 5 gear, and then second and third will receive some Hack 5 gear. So I want to thank Cyber Wraith team for helping and putting that on, and look forward to working with you guys again. And now for Omar Santos, you have anything you want to say before we go to the main Red Team CTF?
Yeah, I think that you cover most of it, well, actually all of it. One thing is, even though we are here, there were dozens of other volunteers that, as we mentioned, that, of course we cannot get into a Zoom. And this is actually the first time that we, I guess, volunteered to do an 80, or actually, I told you right now, 88-hour stream nonstop. So we had people overseas, and whenever I say overseas, everybody's overseas to each other, but, thinking that we're in Vegas, we have folks from India, from the Yas community. We had folks from Abu Dhabi. We have folks from Brazil, from different DEFCON groups all over the world. And I cannot thank you enough. You have been amazing, not only helping with all the different activities, promoting the event, and of course, teaching as well, right? Teaching others and helping each other, sharing tools, sharing commentary, and things like that. So thank you once again. And with that said, I'll pass it to Pony IP.
Thanks, folks. I'm going to have Wes introduce.
First off, I'd just like to say thanks to Joseph and Omar of Red Team Village for allowing us to host our CTF and be a part of this great event. We love working with you in the past. We want to continue working with you guys. It's loads of fun. We'd like to thank all the sponsors that made this event possible and provide all the prizes for the players. Kind of bear with me. It's a long list, but we just want to show them some love because they definitely showed us some love.
Yeah, definitely.
Also want to thank all the players and the moderators who were just awesome during the event. Even after the quals were over, they're all in there helping each other out, kind of really getting in there. A lot of people enjoyed themselves, and it just made my day being able to see that interactions with everyone and just solving challenges together, working together, building friendships. So it was great. So now for our sponsors, bear with me. We'd like to thank Hack the Box. They donated their immersive VIP lab subscriptions. SANS for providing their hands-on scenario net wars. Immersive Labs for providing their challenge-based skills development labs. Point 3 for their immersive cyber skills challenge Escalate. eLearn Security for their elite tier lab training and certifications. 0 Point Security for their Red Team operations lab and certifications. Pentester Lab for their pro tier exercises and training. Not So Secure for their hacking and securing cloud course. Hacker Boxes for their curated collection of hacker projects. NordVPN for their worldwide VPN services. Insecurity for their 3-day hacking enterprise course. No Start Stretch for all their ebooks. Hack5 for their line of Wi-Fi pineapples, SharkJack, and Signal Owls. Offensive Security for their OSCP lab and certs. Red Team Village for their tactical internal frame backpack with their awesome RTV patch. I saw the photos of it, real great. I'm looking forward to seeing one myself in person. I'll turn this over to Pony.
Hey, thanks everyone. We had a really good time. We came together and built this scenario. We want to do something different, something that you don't see too often. And I think that our players had a pretty good experience. We were definitely flattered by the players we saw on the board. You know, big names you see out there creating content for the community, sharing, you know, not only hackable boxes but tutorials and walkthroughs. And so it was nice to see them play our scenario and get that feedback. We're going to have to do something bigger and better next year, so we're going to have to start today. I want to thank my team. We put in quite a few hours to make sure the scenario was sound. We had one technical issue that we were trying to force people to do 5 pivots to the printer, but there was a bypass on 2 of those. But otherwise, the infrastructure stayed up really well. So definitely thanks to the NOP researcher for jumping in. Juicy K or John, he's the one who really went out and got all those sponsors to get involved. And we still have a bunch of prizes to give out. We're gonna announce the drawings a little bit later. And just check your email if you were pulled from one of the surveys that you completed, or check Discord and we'll get those prizes to you. Bob Dole, he built out that entire telephone system that got thousands and thousands of phone calls. I think that was something unique that people hadn't seen before, and hopefully you enjoyed that. Next year, because of the international nature, we're going to make sure to set up call centers or at least phone numbers in different regions to make that a little bit easier. Lander is our Land HB is our resident reverse engineer, so he made those ponables along with Waldo. And so you can go hit them up if you need some more hints. And Kyle was sort of the orchestrator of a lot of what we did in terms of driving our vision and making sure that we provide that good user experience. And did I miss anyone? Oh, I can't forget. Mike, he's the one who allowed us to do this infrastructure stuff. So if you haven't dug into AWS and Terraform for standing up these environments, I know that some of the members on this team, they provided some basically one-click Active Directory stand-ups. And so we actually used some of that to kind of get started. But with Terraform, we were able to stand up 560 instances across 20 VPCs to provide 20 separate Windows enterprise environments for all the different teams. So you didn't have to fight with other teams, but you did have to fight with your own team members working through the network. And we were able to click deploy and get that set up in 20 minutes. All 20 enterprises all at once. So
Beautiful.
Without him and his mastery of Terraform, that would have been a whole heck of a lot harder. So definitely want to make sure to give him props. And Kyle, I'm going to kick it over to you to kind of talk about what our vision was for creating that environment and going from the just hacking boxes to actually working through a network.
Kyle.
I think he dropped. I think he dropped. So he ran away from COVID to go stay in a nice nice cabin, and he must have lost internet. So what our big picture was. This is the red team village, right? And a lot of folks get started when they make that transition to cybersecurity, or they're just interested early on. And you start off with, it's you against a couple of vulnerable VMs, vulnerable scenarios, and then you increase your skill set. But then as you get better, like if you're a pen tester or a red teamer and you work in teams, that's a whole new dynamic. And that's what we're really trying to enforce. Not just, find a target, exploit it, and try to prevest right away and then move on, get the flag. We wanted there to be more. We wanted to imitate or simulate or emulate real life. Like, when you get into an enterprise network and you start looking around and look at user behavior, go check them out with OSINT to see, if they've got profiles out there on a GitHub. Maybe they've done some information disclosure accidentally, right? We had a couple scenarios where if you found the source code, that's going to help you write that remote exploit a little bit easier. On top of that,
it was awesome, the videos that you got from the former people from Office Space.
That was really fun. That was really fun. They were cool. We used a website called Cameo. You can find some big stars and ask them to normally just say like happy birthday to your friends and family. But we were able to get them to play into hyping up the CTF. So that was really cool.
Yeah, that was neat.
And then we hope that folks really understood what we were going for when it came to trying to share that information as a team. Even the staff here at the Red Team Village, there's so much information, and how we organize everything that's going on, all the different all the different stations and everything. If you don't have that good, effective team communication, it's hard, right? Same thing goes with red teaming, and so we really built that scenario to enforce that.
Right, and you based it around the MITRE ATT&CK framework, right?
We did. We wanted to not only speak to what we're trying to teach, but also get that common language with that MITRE ATT&CK framework to identify every single box. So I'm going to go ahead and put that out there with a little bit of mapping of, if you were to work through this target, what sort of skills were exercised mapped to that MITRE framework. It's something that we use just to kind of explain that training value. And that's something that we'll make available. And I think next year, that's something that we can put a little bit more in front of the players and do other things like, possible CPEs for training credit and whatnot.
Sure.
And to close out, one thing that was really great to see was right in the beginning, the first couple hours, I think the first 6 hours, the top 5 teams were head to head. They were swapping on that scoreboard back and forth. We did one of those cool graphs where you kind of see where they are. We're going to post that on Twitter here. But it was nice to see them fighting. They almost all teams hit this one roadblock where it came down to pulling a registry key that held the encrypted PuTTY password for an account that then got you onto a dev box. And the AI generated did a great job of finding that and then just exploiting down that chain all the way to the printer. They were the first ones to pop that printer. The rest of the teams were still doing that full target enumeration to really understand what they have access to, so where they can pivot laterally. And so that was really fun for us to watch. And the players in the finals and the quals were just great. Everybody was just fun to work with. It was great to see people learning, and we just that's our theme, right? We want to keep providing opportunities for that.
Very cool.
Okay, John, over to you. Prizes real quick. Sorry, I took all the time.
John looks frozen.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm frozen. But I just wanted to say real thanks to our sponsors again. Thanks for working with us. And I kind of have some regret in asking for so much sponsorship. Just kidding. But yeah, we've given out so much, and I'm thankful for all the attendees and participants participating on the Twitch stuff, the chats being so helpful in there, just being inclusive and participating. So just real quick, I do have some quick winners for our 0 Point Security RTO Lab 3-monther. We have Chopper BZ. And for our 1-monther for 0 Point Security Lab, we have Soul CTF. And for our OSCP cert attempt, we have Net Zero. So if I haven't called your name, it's because you haven't responded or confirmed with me on the DMs. So make sure you check your Discord. All right, that's all I have.
Okay. And I'll close it out with our top teams. There's too many prizes to announce, like the specifics. If you go to the prize page on redteamvillage.io, you can see what the top teams are getting, but it's quite a bit. So for our third place winner for finals, they were in the middle of the pack about halfway through, and then they just charged all the way up along with Neutrino Cannon. Sorry, I guess I gave it away. So Lionhack from Sweden, that team, we've seen them quite a bit. That was pretty impressive, their comeback at the end. And I know that the organizers who finished in fourth were just right on their tail trying to catch up. Neutrino Cannon, they ran into that putty roadblock, but once they figured that out, they tore through the rest of the network and secured that second place win just a few hours ago. And of course, AI Generated, I think they hate us now because we made them call that number about 1,000 times to get that last flag so they can black out that board. With that, again, thank you so much. We are more than happy for folks to do write-ups. We'll try to put some stuff out there. If you want me to stand up an environment because you want to work on your write-up, just let me know and we can make that happen, and let's just share this knowledge.
Okay, thank you very much, Barrett. So in closing, I want to thank our sponsors, Devo, our main Red Team Village sponsors, Devo, Hack the Box, eLearn Security, Cisco Talos, Threat Sim, and all of the attendees. I want to thank you for attending our village. And finally, I want to close with saying thank you, DEFCON, for hosting the Red Team Village. Without DEFCON support and involvement, none of this would be possible on the scale that it is. And then I want to show everybody my book.
You gotta be kidding me, man.
This is Cyber. And I'm just kidding. I pulled that trick on another thing. So just wanted to close with that. Omar, do you have anything you want to close with?
The only other thing, besides thank you, is just keep an eye on, probably some other announcements that we're going to be continuing to make on probably activities and some potential events that we may actually do in the future. So with that said, please keep in touch. Also keep the momentum going in Discord. Yeah. That's how we learn and how
our Discord server is going to stay open. It's been open since April, and it's going to continue to stay open. And like Omar mentioned, we have an event coming up in October, so pay attention to Discord for that, and Twitter, and all of the other social media. And anything else, Omar, before we?
Nope, that's it.
Anybody else have anything?
I just wanted to say thanks to all the attendees. I mean, we couldn't have this without you. Thank you for everybody who participated on the Discord, and just I thank you all for being Red Teamers. Thank you all for you making the world a better place. I mean, you're keeping the blue team honest, and I just love you guys. Thank you all.
Yep, thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Yeah, all right, be sure to manage your inner cyber.
Yes.
Or sorry, to channel
that
your
book
inner
is
cyber.
That book is called How to Channel Your Inner Cyber.
I'm not even gonna ask.
It's not supposed to make sense. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next year here at the Red Team Village. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.